Good evening. I'd like to call the July 18th Kalamazoo Public School Board meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, we are going to have our ceremonial swearing in of our newest trustee, Peyton. So if you'd like to go up to the mic, and how about introducing who will be swearing you in tonight?
You want to introduce me, or do you want me to introduce myself?
You can introduce yourself.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Oh, did she say I didn't
Yeah,
introduce
sure,
you?
you introduce me.
Good evening, everyone. This is my husband, Joseph Peyton, and he will be the swearing in person.
Okay, now repeat it after me. I do solemnly swear.
It's affirmed.
Well, you can say either one.
I do solemnly affirm
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of
member of the Board of Education
member of the Board of Education
of Kalamazoo Public Schools
of Kalamazoo Public Schools,
according to the best of my ability.
County of Kalamazoo, Michigan, according to the best of my ability.
We got to do this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, and welcome to the board, and thank you to all the wonderful supporters you have out in the audience too. So we're very pleased to have you on board. And now we need the acceptance of the agenda. I have a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Schaller-Barber. Second by Trustee Hill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The agenda is passed. And now we will have attendance from Trustee Hill.
Okay, all trustees are present with the exception of President Harrison, so Vice President McGlynn is filling in, and Dr. Slade is also present.
Thank you. And now we have board recognitions. Ms. Ma.
Yes, good evening. Tonight, Interim Assistant Superintendent for Student Services, Ricky Saunders, will present a community recognition.
Good evening, Kalamazoo Public School Board. It is an honor to recognize the exceptional work and dedication of everyone involved with Helping Hands Wellness Center. This partner brings a strong commitment to our community and has been a valuable asset to the school district this past school year. It is a vital school district partner with community organizations like ours to better serve our families and address their diverse needs. This school year, Helping Hands Wellness Center has played a crucial role in public health by partnering with the school district to organize vaccination clinics, ensuring the health and safety of our community. We are also proud to announce the recent opening of our summer clinic at Phoenix High School, providing healthcare resources, nutrition coaching, and mental health services for Kalamazoo Public School students during the summer school. Furthermore, our participation in the Parent Engagement Steering Committee has allowed us to offer valuable insights and assist in planning to improve relationships with families in our community. These initiatives, along with our expanded outreach programs and enhanced treatment offerings, demonstrate our unwavering commitment to serving our community and improving lives. We want to express our heartfelt thanks to the leaders and providers of Helping Hands Wellness Center. Your passion, dedication, and support have bridged new partnerships with Kalamazoo Public Schools. Together, we're making a difference and building a healthier, stronger community. Thank you. Come on up, Helping Hands.
Good afternoon, Kalamazoo Public School Board. Thank you for having us, and thank you for acknowledging us this evening as a partnership with the Kalamazoo Public School. I'm Teresa Hawkins, your Executive Director for the clinic. This is Antoine Allen, my Clinical Director. This is Kelly Simmons, my Board Chair. And this is Glenn Hawkins, our Operations Director. Once again, thank you for having us, and we look forward to growth together as we serve our community here in Kalamazoo County. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And next are there any, there's no committee reports or school reports. We go to correspondence. Trustee Hill.
I was rescued by Ryan, thank you. We received no correspondence through the U.S. mail, but we did receive 2 emails. One on 7/2 from Bobby Boyd about the board vacancy, and I answered that. And one on 7/15 from Kadisha and Marcus Harris about transportation concerns, and I answered that also. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the consent calendar items, which include minutes, business and financial reports, and personnel items. I need a motion to, oh, it's a consent, so I just need a, right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And next we move to the superintendent's report. Oh, do we want to talk, though, about maybe the purchase agreements? Ms. Kaiser, do you want to go over those? Sorry.
Sure. Thank you, Vice President McGlynn. We have 5 purchase recommendations this evening. The first is request number 2025-1 for $52,500. This is to purchase Zern Math digital licenses for grades K through 8, and this is funded from the Instruction and Student Services Cost Center. Next, we have purchase recommendation request 2025-2 in the amount of $280,000. This is for the demolition of Chime School, and this is funded from the 2022 bond. Next is purchase recommendation request number 2025-3 in the amount of $31,317.67. This is to purchase office furniture for Woods Lake Elementary, a magnet center for the arts, and this is also funded from the 2022 bond. Next, we have purchase recommendation 2025-4 in the amount of $60,000. This is to purchase unified data platform for 12,000 students, and this is funded from the Instruction and Student Services Cost Center. And lastly, we have a purchase recommendation 2025-5 in the amount of $49,056.75. And this is to purchase Elevation Instructional Planning, Data Analysis, Collaboration, and Reporting Platform, also funded from the Instruction and Student Services Cost Center. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any comments from the board? Trustee Scheller Barber.
I would just like to really shout out about the bond, the 2022 bond, which is involved in the 2025-2 and 2025-3 purchase orders. And I just want to shout out to all those people who supported that bond. And it's another example of, if we didn't have these bonds, these things would have to be done, but they would be taken out of the general fund, which we'd be taking away from not only teacher salaries, but the most important thing, and that's the classrooms or commodities for the classrooms or whatever. So I really appreciate having these extra funds. And I think that this is a little bit of a celebratory thing with the demolition of Chimes School. Not that school was certainly built very, very, very with dedicated parents and dedicated funds. But I think it's making way for our new kitchen. Am I right in assuming that?
Yes, for a new central kitchen. Yes.
And that was part of the 2022 bond, or the 20?
I believe it's part of the 2018 bond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so this is really exciting, because I think that will really help the whole food service situation. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the board? Trustee Hill?
I just wanted to highlight the Elevation Instructional Planning, Data Analysis, Collaboration, and Reporting Platform, because it's multi-language. It's for ESL, and it works with all of our students, not just English, but everybody else. Did you, Ms. Dyson, did you have anything more? Did you want to say anything wonderful about it? No, that was the whole thing. I just think it's great, because we have a lot of students that come in and they're not English. English is their second language. And so this is a great way to reach them, and I assume it works with our Chromebooks and through the computers, and everybody knows how to play with a computer, so that works out very well. Thank you.
Trustee Murphy?
Thank you. I just had a couple questions for my own personal, to know how things are going. The Chime School is where Youth Advancement Academy used to be held?
Correct. They are now located at Oakwood School. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I had another question, but I didn't write it down, so I am all set. Thank you.
Trustee Payne?
Dr. Justice, you can answer my question. I think it's about the math program. And I noticed that it's aligned with the curriculum and that it meets the state standards. Is there an assessment program for monitoring the achievement with this, that comes with this, or is the district designing the assessment program?
So we currently have assessments with our primary math program for elementary, which is Eureka Math. And so this particular program is just an intervention. And so we encourage teachers to progress monitor along the way. And because this program itself ties back to the grade level concepts, teachers can progress monitor through the daily instruction that they're doing with students.
And how will we evaluate the program?
I think we will evaluate it based on how our students are performing with their grade level content, with their embedded assessments, as well as their unit assessments that they utilize.
Thank you.
Okay, now we will move on to the superintendent's report.
Good evening, school board, community members, senior leadership team. I want to just quickly give a quick review of where we are right now at this point of the summer as it relates to some of the goals that we set earlier in the school year. As you know, we report out during the course of the school year where we are periodically, and we talked about some of the summer goals. So the main goal for the summer, one of our main goals, is that Woods Lake Elementary is returning to their original site. As you know, they were in the campus on West Edge for 2 years. So I want to thank Ms. Jackson and her team for working diligently We are currently on we are currently on pace to open for the normal school year on time. You go back to that slide, Miss. We are currently on pace to open at that time. As you know, it's a whole lot of work moving one full school from one building into another building. So again, I want to thank that staff for that. I also want to thank the work of Ms. Mitchell and her whole entire team for, it's also hard when you leave your building to go into another school building and work for 2 years. So again, I want to thank that team for that. Summer school is going great. We're almost at the halfway point. I want to commend our teachers and staff. Last year we had daily attendance about 500 students in summer school. Right now we're averaging 1,200 students a day in summer school. That's a big improvement. And I do want to push the reason why, and again, some folks may not agree, but we made summer school mandatory for some of our students where it used to be optional. So we moved again. We improved by almost 100%, and it was mandatory for students who failed or who did not put forth an effort. And I want to thank our summer school teachers, our summer school principals, and our parents for sending their students every day. Also, we're in the process, we rewarded some of our students today with McDonald's. We're going to reward some more next week with pizza, because it's hard coming to school every day in the summer when you know your friends are out having fun. So again, I want to thank our student body for that. And I want to be clear with our students who did not show up, and to parents, and this is the time where you could come and meet with me. What we said about mandatory attendance is what we meant. So if you did not come to summer school, we had a few who did not. We are going to move forward with what we said we were going to do. So we sent out some letters 2 weeks ago, and we'll start having those meetings in the upcoming weeks. School summer staffing, we are currently hiring for our teacher vacancies and our administrative vacancies. I think we filled all of our administrative vacancies. I want to thank Mr. Leland and Ms. Davis for their hard work, and all the principals also, and Dr. Dice and Ms. McCain for making sure we fill our vacancies. As you know, there's a teacher and staff shortage across the country in every field. I'm a McDonald's visitor. I visit McDonald's a lot. I know I should not. Sometimes I go and they'll tell you the lobby is closed, they're short staffed. Sometimes they'll say we closed early because we're short staffed. So it's hard to fill positions now. So I will say it's very hard to fill our staffing positions, but I do want to thank the board. And again, sometimes they don't like me to recognize this, but we have a surplus in some areas because of the decisions made by the board last year in terms of how much we pay. So again, we're on pace with having our normal amount of people hired. Of course, we may have to start the year with a few subs, that's normal, but we are in a good place right now with hiring. We also added, we're in a position of interviewing for a truancy officer, and what that person will do, this is gonna be different. I don't think any other district has that right now in this region, but that person is being hired so they could knock on doors every day. Every day they will be knocking on doors when students don't come to school, the same way. And some of you in my age range, when I was younger, we had truancy officers. If you were out doing the wrong thing, they would pull you up on the street and make you go to school. So we're moving back to that mindset where we're going to be more aggressive. And again, I want to commend the whole entire district, teachers, paraprofessionals, principals. We improved our attendance by more than 10%, one of the most improved in the state, and we want that to continue. So we have to step our effort up and be a little bit more aggressive this year. So going into next year. So I want to thank the folks who applied, and we'll make a decision on that within the next few days. You go to the next slide, miss. You go to the next one. We also will have a behavior intervention class or program next year for elementary schools, and I want to shout out principals like Ms. Washington in the audience. This is something that folks don't like to talk about, but we do have some students in our district with extreme behavior problems, and when you have that, sometimes they can disrupt the entire classroom or building where it's hard for students to learn. One of the things that I heard when we were out doing our SWAT meetings, we did, again, more than 40, one thing that came up in every meeting is that we need to have an alternative placement for some of these students who have extreme behavior. So what we're going to do going into next year, we're going to have one classroom in one of our schools, and this will be for the most extreme cases where you have students who really need to be removed from their building and go somewhere else for a couple weeks, a couple months. We will really have intense behavior support, intense support in other areas, but the goal is to help improve those students' behavior so they could go back into their regular setting. and we will have a 4-to-1. We will have 4 teachers, 2 teachers in that program and 2 paras. So for the 15 students in that program, we will have 4 adults. And I do foresee that we will have to increase the number of classrooms moving forward. Our goal is to have classroom environments where teachers can teach and students can learn. And that's something we had multiple community meetings on. And again, I do want to thank YAA and our student support behavior teams for working with our middle and high school students, but we don't have a placement right now for elementary school, so that is something that we put in place based on what we know we needed and also what the community and teachers said. So please understand your voices are heard and we acted. Last thing, school, the summer's almost over. I used to hate to see those back to school commercials when I was young, but it's time for us to start thinking about school starting in almost, I guess, a few more weeks. The first day of school is August the 26th, and I want to emphasize we had a great school year last year, a great, amazing school year, and I can't wait till school starts so we could just review some of the data and celebrate some of the data. We expect the same thing this year, but it also means, again, that we have to work a little bit harder. That's everybody. Everybody has to work a little bit harder if we want to see the ball to keep rolling and making positive progress. That's it for my report this week, and again, I want to encourage the staff to make sure they take some vacation time, have some chance to rejuvenate, because once school starts back up, we're going to be full court press on doing what's best for students. Thank you.
Thank you. And next is the approval of the 2024-25 contractual agreement with the UAW. Do you want to present that? Ms. Kaiser.
Thank you, Vice President McGlynn. Yes, it is recommended that the board approve the contractual agreement with the International Union, United Automobile, Aerospace, and Agricultural Implement Workers of America and its technical office and professional loco 2150 units 1 and 2, the UAW administrators, for the 2024-25 contract year. It is further recommended that the board authorize continuing the 80-20 district employee insurance cost sharing through the district's 2024-25 fiscal and contract years. This is consistent with prior years and applies to all union and non-union employee groups. The members of UAW 2150 are building and central office administrators. They are outstanding district leaders and are vitally important to this district, this community, and our students. The agreement has been ratified by the membership of UAW and is within the budget parameters adopted by the board at its June 26th meeting. Thank you.
I need a motion to approve the 2024-25 contractual agreement with the UAW administrators.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Johnson, a second.
Second.
By Trustee Scheller-Barber. Discussion? Trustee Scheller-Barber.
I would just like to do a shout out. Anytime there's negotiations for a contract, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of consensus, it takes a lot of collaboration, and they're long meetings, many long meetings. And so I appreciate both sides coming to the table and getting this done early in the summer. And I think it helps morale. It is very beneficial for all parties involved, and I really am appreciative of the hard work that has gone into bringing this to us. So thank you so much.
Okay, a roll call vote. Trustee Johnson.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Scheller-Barber.
Yes.
Trustee Payton. Trustee Hill.
Yes.
And I vote yes, it passes. I'm going to go back because I forgot to give you guys an opportunity to have some discussion around the superintendent's report. So does anybody have any discussion on what was presented? Trustees? Trustee Scheller-Barber.
I just want to do a shout out and thank the HR department for the hires. And I love hearing that it's normal hiring. And I really appreciate what Dr. Slade said about the shortage of teachers and the normal hiring process. I think sometimes when, and help me with this, Mr. Leland, that that people think that we have an extraordinary amount of people leaving. But there are approximately 900 teachers. Help me, is this number? Like almost 800. 800. So thank you for saying that, because I know when you see 80 names, you're like, oh, wow, that's startling. But if we spread it out and do the demographics, that this is very normal for, and with the list of applicants that you, or the new teachers that you have included in what we've okayed, their contracts or their hiring, that's encouraging too, that the variety of the positions and the people that are applying. So that's a positive thing also. So that's my only shout out, is to thank you and thank the staff for making, because we all know when teachers apply for jobs, there's a lot of research on their part too. And in today's market, there are some choices. There are some real choices. So I really appreciate the work that's being done, as well as congratulations and welcome aboard to the teachers.
Trustee Hill.
I just want to give a shout out to doubling the number at summer school. That means there's double the people working summer school. So our teachers stepped up and they said, yep, I'll come and work with the students, and they know that they're going to benefit from that in the fall too, because they have the more students staying focused on their learning, and there's not the summer slide. So, and that's a lot to get off the ground. You know, double the food, double the busing, double the teachers, double the parapros. Impressive, very impressive. So thank you. That's making Kalamazoo a standout district.
Trustee Murphy?
Thank you. I just wanted to thank Dr. Slade and all the administrators who made school free this summer, which I believe helped add to attendance ability for the teachers who are giving up their summer to teach summer school, and for the janitors who keep our schools clean and tidy so that all of the students can access a healthy environment. Thank you.
And I just wanted to comment that you see a pattern here, and it's all about like focus in different areas. It was, looking at summer school and making it a mandatory situation. And it's looking at attendance and hiring a truancy officer that's going to come in and talk to kids and get them back into school. And it's about behavior and focusing on behavior and saying that, you know what, we need to do something different here. So I really appreciate the work that Dr. Slade and the administration is doing to really, emphasize certain things and bringing that's how you get it to change. You keep the drumbeat going, and it really does make a huge difference. So I really appreciate that work. And next, let's see, we will go to persons requesting to address the board. And we have Chris Aganaga.
Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Slade. I'm here, I'm the principal at Illinois Norks High School, but I'm also the president of UAW Local 2150, and I'm here to extend the appreciation of the entire membership for the approval of our contract. As Trustee Schuller-Barber pointed out, negotiations can be difficult and tough, but this was a very smooth process. Very efficient process. So also our thank you to the bargaining team from the district. Thank you to my bargaining team from UAW. And now we're going to continue the work of planning high quality professional development for our teachers, and so that we can do what's best for our kids. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And that was it on persons addressing. The next is other business, and this is, I don't think we need a motion for this, but this is our travel expenses, travel requests for Jenny Hill, Carla Murphy, and Tiana Harrison, and I think these are all to go to conference in August and, taking various classes for professional development. Now we go to comments by trustees. Any comments from trustees? Okay, Trustee Hill.
I was just going to welcome our newest board member. Thank you for putting in your application and accepting our offer, and here you are. So we're looking forward to working with you.
Trustee Schuyler Barber?
I just have a couple, one of them, excuse me, I didn't have it on. I too want to do a quick shout out to the summer school situation from, are we calling it, Dr. Dyson, Rising K? Introduction, and I had heard that there were 50 consistent students in the Rising K, and with this attendance in summer school, I just have to feel that will have such a positive impact on the classrooms in the fall, that more confidence, more mastery of skill, higher achievement, that's just so exciting. I want to congratulate Helping Hands Wellness. I really appreciate the partnership, and I was really interested in the mental health opportunities that you provide for counseling and availability to our students. I think that's just amazing. And you are a stellar example of that. We can't do it without community partners. It just is impossible without all our wonderful community partners. I, too, want to welcome Trustee Payton and welcome you aboard, and your wealth of institutional knowledge as well as your wealth of professional knowledge from your careers. And so this is going to be a positive thing. Welcome to the board. I also want to, I just have to do a shout out to both athletic directors who helped me with all these sports comments I make. I was on summer mode, and I usually try to ask them for this information way early, and I didn't. I asked for it way late, and they both came through. And I think that one of them, as Principal Aganaga had said, is maybe on a plane or traveling and got back to me. So here's the sports news from our two high schools. From Loy Norix, all athletes at Loy Norix and Kalamazoo Central need to register at studentcentral.com before they can try out on August 12th for their various sports. And from Kalamazoo Central is excited for fall seasons. We have had around 70 athletes consistently show up for weight training twice a day all summer. So the banner's waving and the balls are being bounced or shot in the hoop or whatever. Things are still happening, and we're still connecting with our athletes over the summer. So I really appreciate all. Again, I'm going to shout out to bonds and things like that, because we've got gyms and auxiliary gyms for these children to continue their connection with the schools. And we all know the bottom line of having sports in schools is it's great social emotional learning, it's great career development, or excuse me, character development, and it's another chance for our teachers and coaches to have good contact time with our athletes. So thank you very much, and a shout out to both athletic directors from both high schools. They came through in a pinch. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Trustee Payton.
Thank you. I would just like to thank the members of the board for giving me this opportunity to serve the community and the school district. And I would also like to give a shout out to my husband for coming to swear me in, and to the members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority and Lynx International for being here. Thank you.
Trustee Johnson.
So, because you went before me, I have to say this first now. Welcome, fellow D9 member, to the board. Hello, hello. I'm excited that you are here. As all of our goals are to get our babies into those wonderful institutions of higher learning, that they may have the same opportunity we did to engage in sisterhoods that serve the community the way that we do. Second, I wanted to recognize Community in Schools Family Barbecue. I believe it is this weekend on Saturday. So I wanted to uplift that. Also, we are now, because Dr. Slade said something, back to school is in full effect. As founder of a community organization and one who is aware of the over 60 youth serving organizations in our community, please be aware of the back to school events that are being held in your community. We pool these resources so that we can give them to you, not so we can keep them. Trust me, we do not want to pay for extra storage. So please bring your youth out to these programs to get the book bags, to get the food, to get the interaction. And I promise you, it's a joy for us to bring it to you, all of it. Specifically, Young Kings and Queens Back to School Jam is August 24th from 12 to 6. We are aware that there are many other events going on that day. Hence the reason it's 6 hours. So you can drop in at any time, and we encourage you to, as do the other community events taking place. There's a Black Wall Street is holding an event that same day. So you can go and support the many, many, many businesses in our community that are Black owned. Again, stay aware, stay alive, keep your babies close, know where they are. It's not just our responsibility. It is our, as a collective community, responsibility. As the superintendent takes to the streets in the evening, I ask that the community organizations that do this work support him, not go against him. Because again, we are all in this together. These are all our children. And that division is what continues to climb in our community instead of the togetherness. So again, as we continue to work to support, to elevate, to educate our children, every child, every opportunity, every time, let's all do it together, all the time. That's it.
Wise words, wise words. Thank you very much. Did I oh, Trustee Murphy, sorry.
I'll keep it short. With back to school in everyone's minds, don't forget to support your marching bands. In the last couple years, we have done things from the board to approve purchases to increase athletic fields, which is where the marching bands march, and they are earning gym credits as well when they participate. Studies show that those who participate in music in middle and high school have better leadership skills and end up in higher positions. Please don't forget to support our marching bands. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just wanted to add that I appreciate the administration and the open house for Chime Elementary. I think it was a great turnout. We were unable to attend because we were meeting to decide about our new board members. So I want to take this time to say thank you for accepting, and we're really looking forward to working with you. And then also just, the work that administration does, we think, oh, it's summer and, we get a break. No. Administration does not get a break. You guys are out there working hard every day. So I will echo with what Dr. Slade said about, take some time off, find a time that you can do some rejuvenating. It's important. And then I'm excited to announce that I'll be running for the board in the general election in November. I've appreciated my time on the board, and I'm impressed with the work Superintendent Slade and the team has done to improve our district. Specifically, the focus on attendance and the strategic plan, which will give us guidance and goal setting for the coming years. I look forward to continue to work to increase academic achievement, making sure all our students are strong readers and have foundational skills to succeed. I want to continue to celebrate our successes and focus on the areas we need to improve. So I hope that you will support me in this fall. And with that, Dr. Slade, do you have any comments?
I want to first again thank Trustee Patton for joining the board. I truly appreciate your vast background in education as a teacher, principal, assistant superintendent. So it's truly appreciated that you will join to bring a different or just a collective perspective. Also want to thank the principals in the room. I see Ms. McDonald, Principal Rocco, Ms. Washington, Principal Akanaka, because like Trustee Shola Barber said, I've been on many negotiations teams where it was a long process. So I do appreciate the fact that you were very reasonable and student-centered in your requests, and that's why things went smoothly. And again, of course, you looked out for your other principals, but basically it went smooth because you were kind of focused on improving student achievement and doing what's best for students. And again, that's not always the case, so I do want to thank you, and I just hope you set a model for how negotiations should work. The focus always has to be on what's best for students And we want to be fair to adults because all adults work hard, but the focus has to be what's best for students. And y'all set that example, so thank you.
There is no need for a closed session today. Next regular board meeting is Thursday, August 8th at 7 p.m. And at this point, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting. Moved by Trustee Johnson,
Second.
second by Trustee Hill. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.